Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's doing really good today on Freedom Friday. And it's going to be one of those free flow Fridays. I'm going to zen out today and do some meditation. And I zened out last night and did some meditation. And we have a cosmic shift going on. Are we ready? Because we've got some amazing cards that come out. And all of these cards are basically a learning tool right now because we're kind of in the Earth School and we are going through the cosmic shift right now of everything. And this is a whole new thing for all of us. We are bringing our soul family back. We're all coming back together. We're all remembering. And it's going to be an amazing time. And I can't wait. So, we have more teachings from Thoth. We are going to be with Thoth for a while because Thoth is guiding us. And in another couple weeks, going to have some different messages coming out. Got some surprises. So that's about the 8th of November. But we have some red October stuff going on, people. Please keep an eye on stuff. Things just happened between Japan and I think it was Russia. I can't remember, but the dollar is collapsing. And we know this. So we have to go within right now. We have to be prepared for whatever is going to come because it is coming whether we like it or not. It's the shift, and we'll love it once we get through it. But right now, it's going to be deep. So let's get into this reading. We had an amazing card come out, and this is the six, the Crone. And the Crone is the woman who understands her true nature. Be aware of your choices right now. And this is what I keep telling us. We have to really look into the choices we're making. We have to go back, step back, and think about what we're doing. Observe things before you just jump into it. Now is not the time to do a deep dive into things you don't understand when it comes to the outside 3D world. Be unafraid to walk your own path. Can you imagine if we never stepped into our true path? If we never went out of the box and just stayed where we were, I wouldn't be doing this right now. A lot of us wouldn't be doing what we were doing. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're guided to do it and it's good, then you were guided to do it because it's your path. A life of your own design, a fertile and productive future. The crone symbolizes a proud, mature woman, an aging woman who is no longer influenced by a need to reproduce or parental responsibilities. Yeah, we're leveling up. We're all leveling up. We're all the crone. That's all of our feminine energy. It should be the crone because she is a wise woman and she's leveling up in life. She may be approaching and have reached a stage in her life where her menstrual cycle have slowed or ceased, but she is no longer true to the crone archetype of old that is often depicted by Western society. The nature of the crone has evolved with the times. She is the wise woman who is like nature, wild, still, passionate, volatile, calm, peaceful, adaptable, and flowing, creative, and powerful. She is everything she chooses to be. She is a woman who is aware of her choices and may well have transitioned from maiden to crone without feeling any need or desire to be a mother. The crone is unafraid of being alone or of walking her path alone. After centuries of being made an outcast and no longer being seen as having a functional role with society, because her childbearing days are over, the crone has learned to look after her own needs. She has, by necessity, become a strong and independent individual who has found new purpose. Her life is full, has meaning and direction. You know why? Because she loves herself. Because she's leveled up in the age thing where we all want to say old. Now I consider it leveling up in wisdom. So, when I go in now and they say, I don't get a senior discount because I'm not a senior, but my husband gets the senior discount. And they're like, do you want I said, shouldn't that be like the special leveling up wisdom discount? Why do we have to call it something ridiculous? You know, it has to always be demeaning to someone. That's not demeaning to come of age and level up in your life, because you are wiser than the person that is below you, because they haven't leveled up in life yet. But there's nothing wrong with that, because we all start at that young age. It's not saying that this person's it's just saying that they have not got the wisdom yet. It's coming. They're not completely mature. The crone is comfortable in her own skin and free of artificial. She is mature, honest, aware, and wise. She is both understanding and compassionate, but speaks and acts with a directness that some may find intimidating. The crone can be quick to hug and offer support, but she can also be blunt and is unafraid to deliver a tough love message if she feels. We need that right now. We all need that tough love person. I had that person in my life. She passed away. She was the tough love person. She was the one that I called. She was like a mother, like a sister, a best friend. She was the one I called when life was really getting to me. And I can remember her words, Fawn, just don't cry. You got to get over this stuff, And she made me stronger. It were those people that come into your life. I have another friend, and we help each other. Those are the people that come into your life that say, hey, it'll get better. It'll be okay, because we all need that kind of reassurance sometimes when we're not completely sure of ourselves. But when you're at the crone stage, when you're at the leveling up stage, when you have the wisdom and you love yourself and you're walking with confidence, you don't have as many of those moments, because you can stand back and think about what you're doing. So yeah, the crone appearing in this reading right now, it does not surprise me. But the crone is also very gentle and kind. She is loving, supportive, and nurturing. Every face she wears is her true face, but the face she wears will be the one that she feels is needed at the time. She is who she needs to be when she needs to be. This is why the crone is often portrayed as a woman who is past her prime, wrinkled and ugly. If she is made to believe that she is useless, she can be controlled. If the crone becomes aware of her potential and power, she is forced to be reckoned with. She is a force to be reckoned with. That's a good thought. I knew a gentleman a long time ago, and I heard him speak, and he talked about his daughter that had a handicap, and they never let the daughter know that she had a handicap. She didn't know at all. They made her feel like she was just as special as everybody else. And why point a handicap out? Just work with the handicap. You don't have to point it out. So then when she went to college, she was having difficulty in certain things because she was homeschooled. And they said, this is your handicap. And she says, well, I'm not handicapped. And they told her she was. So, I think this card is that we get wise. We don't want to perceive what someone else tells us, because why are we handicapping ourselves with that? That's just an observation. It doesn't mean that we're not as special as everybody else with different things going on. That's a perfect card for this today. And with that card, we got I have to write these down. We were getting so many tarot readings that I want to keep them in order, because I don't want to read them out of order, because this is the order they need to be. So we did get the High Priestess, the 5. The Wisdom card. We got the High Priestess, the 5. Listen to your inner wisdom, which will guide you towards a new educational path, belief, and teacher. Yeah, there it is right there. You need those teachers. You need those people that make you feel as special as you are, because you are special in every way, shape, and form. You're special. This is your specialness. So remember that, because no one has your specialness. Everybody thinks that because this person is handicapped and this person is this and this, they're not they're very, very special. They have their own uniqueness, and we have to really identify that. and people need to showcase that because it's beautiful. Now, we did get the 11, emotion and intellect, and we've been getting emotion all the time, and we are going to have some emotions coming through, and we're going to feel some emotions, and we need to realize how we level out those emotions out and balance them right now. Influence of emotional disharmony. Both love and fear motivate. Is fear more dominant force? Unvoiced emotions must be expressed. Address unhealthy imbalances. Suppress emotion creates dis-ease. The 11 of water is a balancing and realignment. We are getting major downloads right now. We are going through a cosmic evolution, and we are transforming, and we have to balance. We are realigning, but we have to balance ourselves out as we're realigning, or we'll start wobbling. It'll get a little ripply there, and we want the ripples to flow like Free Flow Friday. So the 11 of water is a balancing and realigning card that addresses any emotional disharmony that may be influencing your choices and environment. It also represents the need for us to see the whole and how an imbalance can affect it. Love and fear. How many times have you heard someone say that a choice or action was made from a place of fear, or was born of a person's insecurity and doubts, or was born of love? When we are attacked by others, we may react and retaliate because we are angry and afraid, but we may also act because we have love for ourselves and wish to address an injustice and prevent further injustice. We may choose not to take a risk or make changes in our lives because we are afraid of an unknown future. But we may also choose not to take a risk that may alter our lives because we love the life we already have. We may be plagued with doubts, but we can also be blinded by love. Yeah, this is saying basically kind of what the Crone card was kind of bringing out in the whole thing. What motivates our actions the most, fear or love? The truth is that most of our actions are motivated by both in equal measures, fear and love. Like creation and destruction cannot exist without one another. They can even appear to be the same force depending on one's perspective. What motivates you to walk away from a friendship or relationship that is causing you hurt and dis-ease? One person might say that you have walked away because you are afraid of being hurt. Further, another might say you walked away because you respect and love yourself and know that you deserve better. Who is right? In most situations, both are right. You may also be motivated to stay in that relationship because you are afraid to leave, and because you are so in love that you are willing to forgive the one who hurt you and give them a second chance. The 11 of water signifies a need to see that you are often motivated by both forces at the same time. Love and fear are two halves of the same whole, and each flow into the others. However, an unhealthy imbalance, breaking free of painful situations or relationships, thereby preventing you from leading a happy and productive life. The 11 of water also represents the subject of suppression and expression. Suppressed emotion can lead to illness. Emotional stress can manifest in the form of depression, anxiety, high blood pressure, inflammation in the body, and in turn, dis-ease. There can be a real life-threatening consequence to suppress fear, anger, sorrow, and other weight emotions. The 11 of water does not suggest the life is meant to be lived on an even keel. Life will always often up moments that will have us shouting for joy, or conversely, suffering in silence. But if you express instead of suppress, you will move through life with more ease, and opposed to life, a life of dis-ease and suffering. It is better to be proactive and mindful when it comes to your emotions. Never ignore them. Sure, we have a lot of emotions. We're human. And we need to not suppress the emotions that we're feeling, because that's not a good thing. The 3 of Wands, and remember, when somebody gives their opinion, that is what it is. It's their opinion. Three of Wands motivation came out with the emotional card. Think laterally. Try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. Yeah, the communication is the biggest thing. Like the disease, like suppressing what your thoughts are, and instead of communicating them. What I suggest is when something happens like that, where you get very upset, okay, or you fear, step back, breathe, and observe it for a while. Not forever, just for a while. And then give a reaction. Don't react before you do that. Because when you react, then you don't have time to think about how you're reacting. You're just angry. You're just feared. You're just there. I got to say something, but don't. Step back. I'm learning that. That is something I'm going through because sometimes I will react. And I am trying very, very hard to step back like that when I get a trigger moment. Right now I'm working on my triggers. I've worked on a lot of things, but right now it's my triggers. Because we all have a lot of triggers. We're not perfect. So the next card that we got, let me make sure this was the card. No, this is the card. And this is, love this card. This is the 13, the Queen of Earth. Touch, connect, and create with your hands. Be supportive and nurturing. Seek out a motherly role model in need of wise and honest counsel. Kindness is required. You are loved and supported. Mother, do not smother. Share the responsibilities. She is all earth. She is amazing. She's got the jewel at her third eye and the swirling eye of green above her crown. She has her buffalo. She has her earth eggs. She's got everything. I mean, she is amazing. And we did get the King of Earth the other day, and he was amazing too. So we've got a lot of Earth cards. We need to really ground ourselves right now. When you get a lot of Earth cards, that's telling you to get back into nature and do some meditation. Meditation. I'm telling. I keep saying meditation, but meditation is a very, very important role to this journey. That's where you find your best answers. The Queen of Earth symbolizes a real, authentic Earth Mother personality. She is a larger than life and possesses an abundant, generous, and grounded nature. She is realistic, but also sees magic everywhere. She is an Earth Mother who spends a great deal of time covering the soil, and it is not unknown for her to walk around obvious to leaves and twigs in her hair. Oh, I walk my ground so many times. I have this feeling that's what the mother was doing. She put that tree on our camper and hugged us to protect us from that tornado that would have flew us into Kansas, and we would have woke up in Wizard of Oz instead of waking up in a tree. She adores creating a warm and inviting home where all are welcome. Cooking, cleaning, gardening, these are the things she loves, and she enjoys them all the more because of her sensual nature. She is a woman who loves nothing more than using her hands to touch, connect, and create. The Queen of Earth is the epitome of kindness. She will offer support and nurture you every endeavor while also offering wise and honest counsel. She comes to ask if this is how you see yourself, or have you been so focused on business undertaking and career that you have created an imbalance in your life and disconnect from your true nature. I think that that's where Source is trying to take a lot of us, because I mentioned Peter Pan, and I mentioned Wonderland, and I mentioned the businessman that was so busy making a home for his family and money and the beautiful home that they forgot about nature. He forgot about love and play and life and everything because he was so busy. And I think that's what these cards are, these earth cards and all sources trying to tell us, to take a step back and enjoy life a little bit. Yes, be the businessman you were, 9 to 5. Go home and be Peter Pan with your kids and your wife, and love life and your husband, whatever you do it with love and kindness and happiness. Because if you bring work home and your whole life is work, like Peter Pan was before he was Peter Pan again, he didn't have a life. You're just a robot. And I really think these cards are trying to tell us to slow down and quit being a robot. We're not an AI. We're a starseed. We're a soul. We're dancing through the galaxy. We don't know it yet, but we are, and we'll know it soon. So, where were we? Is it time for you to enjoy the benefits of being a homebody for a while? Maybe a home cooked meal or a weekend out in the garden is on the agenda instead of meeting and reports. The Queen of Earth may also appear in your reading at times when you find yourself in need of a gentle reminder to be both nurturing and supportive of those around you. While you encourage and support others in their desire to better themselves, remember to do so without trying to change them. In her role as wise woman, she may be asking you to seek out those who embody her energy. Perhaps there is a need for you to connect with a motherly role model at this time. Maybe all you need is a hug, but you may also be facing issues in her fertile mind and nature natural wisdom can help you with. A little motherly advice may unlock an answer and provide a solution. That is a perfect card for us. We really need that. I mean, motherly love is very important, and that compassion that a mother gives is very important. And right now, some of us might need this because with that card, we did get the nine, the Hermit contemplation because we're all contemplating right now. And try not to resist aloneness. It gives you time for contemplation and healing to find the answers you need and know yourself more deeply. Try not to resist the aloneness. I think I said that wrong. But yes, reflection and quiet time are important now. You may need to study contemplation or simply spend time alone to process all that has happened recently. This may be a welcome retreat, or you may feel lonely depending on your circumstances. However, you experience the hermit soul. You know, if you're still feeling lonely, you have some work to do. Because since I've walked through the dark night of the soul, and since I did what I did, I'm not lonely because I love myself. I can keep myself busy with knowledge and conversation and grounding myself and meditating and loving myself, not the ego driven love, the loving myself, the really loving myself and feeling that I am unique in every way and I am not above anyone else in my uniqueness. I just have a different uniqueness. And that's what makes us all so special. We have to remember that. The hermit's solitary influence know that you are guided by your inner light. You won't get lost in your thoughts or be alone forever. An additional meaning of this card is distancing yourself from certain relationships that may be overwhelming to you. That's a great card. I've been trying to tell everybody to do a lot of meditation and some aloneness in your days. And even if you don't have time, do it just before when you go to bed and you lay down. And that's when I usually do it because my days are pretty crazy and hectic. Usually I have three dogs and a husband and we have a life. You know, everybody has a life and everybody's busy trying to do things. And my husband helps people and I help people and we do things. So just take time for yourself. Make sure that you have those down moments because we need them right now because we are gonna go through a lot of things and we're having a lot of downloads right now. We need to keep an eye on what's going on. The next card to come out was the Eight of Earth, and the Eight of Earth is an amazing card. We have got her before. She is all Earth, and her crown is lit up. Her all these third eyes are jewels because they have reached the master level. They are the master of who they are. She's got all the pink and the purple and the ball and the just energy just flowing off her. And we're getting a lot of earth. So that's telling me that we need to do some meditation. We need to do some grounding. We need to get back to nature because we've lost ourselves. We need to find ourselves again. Once you do some of these steps and start working it, you'll find yourself again. You won't find those moments where you're lonely or you're depressed or there's nobody there, because it's you. You are an amazing, amazing starseed. You have to remember that. The Eight of Earth symbolizes success, wealth, and love, the manifestation of a positive attitude, doing what you love and loving what you do. We've got this card several times. We have to remember, just like the Peter Pan thing, he was so into his life of work. He wasn't loving what he did. He just went to work. He just wanted the big house and support the family. And my father was like that. My father was a hard worker. He was a man that supported his family. We were a middle class family back in the 70s and 80s, and we lived a block off the ocean, and we had a great life. We had yacht clubs and this and that. We might have been considered high class, but no, we were pretty much like middle class at that point. And but he was always working. He was always busy. He never took time to spend with his kids or his wife. He did a little bit when my mother forced him to, but it was my mother that was always there for us kids. And me and my mother didn't get along, probably because she was always there for us kids. She was always telling us what we didn't want to hear, where my father would be like, oh, whatever, I'm busy. So you got to look at the perception of that too. You get different perspectives of things when you get older and look back on it going, wow, I was really wrong about my mother. We just didn't get along because she tried to steer me in the right direction, where I love my dad and he didn't do anything. He's just gone all the time. So yeah, I think this is trying to tell us that this is a very optimistic card, one that suggests a time of abundance, fruitfulness, and good harvest ahead. And we're going to have good harvest. We just got to wait a little bit longer. A peaceful, happy home, career, confidence, and respect of your peers. What more could you ask for? All the seeds born of past planning are growing well, and you can be confident that the outcome you need will manifest. This can also be a good time to think about taking the next big leap rather than resting on your laurels. You have it within you, so go further and reach greater heights if you so desire, especially if you remain committed to doing everything to the best of your ability. The Eight of Earth signifies a time to look, to acknowledge and celebrate your success, and perhaps to start making new plans for the future as well. We've got a lot of new plans for our future coming. Let me tell you, our future is going to be so amazing that we won't even know what to do with ourselves. No, we will know what to do with ourselves. We'll have a lot. Now, on that note, with that card, we got the Ace of Swords, victory. Use your intelligence and victory is yours. We are going to be victorious over this situation. We just have we've got a lot of skeletons in our closet. And I would say that, let me put it this way. I think our world right now is going through a dark night of the soul. That's a perfect way to put it, because we have so much from the past that this world has to look at and release. And then we're going to go to our Garden of Eden. Because Thoth is telling us some things in these cards. And if we really look at it and really think about it, because the next card that we got was the Nine of Knowledge. And he is all knowledge. And what are we doing right now? We're learning. We're learning to go within. We are learning to meditate. We are learning to ground ourselves. We are learning to become one with source. We are learning to release. We're learning to observe. We're learning everything we need to learn right now to get prepared for what's next in this world. We exist to learn. As we learn to exist, knowledge is power. I always say that knowledge is power. Has your past education served you? Do not limit your potential. The knowledge card represents the first of 8 primary reasons for being. We in our physical forms exist to learn. As we learn to exist, knowledge is power. And without it, we are powerless. That's true. I'm not going to read the whole thing because we all know what knowledge is. And it is, when we don't have knowledge, we don't have power. It's completely right. Because when we got that one, the next card we got was the Page of Pentacles, opportunity. Look out for offers regarding property and work. There's good opportunity on the horizon, but be diligent. Check all contracts carefully. Money messages. communicate, lock, confidence. Be careful right now. Don't do anything. Don't buy property. Don't buy cars. Don't buy any. Don't do anything right now. Be on hold, because better things are coming real soon. Because the next card we got, and I always call this the Harry Potter card. The Harry Potter card, the Three of Air, expand your mind. Every experience offers a lesson. Education is a lifelong process. Learning aids comprehensive. The Three of Air symbolizes the importance of education and study in helping us to reach our highest potential, and reminds us that education should be thought of as a lifelong process. Life itself teaches us. Every experience can offer us a lesson. 100%. Right now, we are learning, and we are learning exactly what we need to learn at this time, because this is our time. And because the next card that we got does not surprise me at all, and it's the Tower. It's a number 16, which is a 7. Surrender to the universe, give up control, and begin to construct a new way of working, thinking, relating, or living. You now have the freedom to start over and a strong foundation on which to rebuild whatever has fallen. 100%. We are going to all new. It's a process. It's taken a while, but that's where we're going. And this is amazing what Thoth and the Emerald Tablet is teaching us. Because the last card we got in the Oracle was the Abundance card. She is abundant at this point. Abundance is a state of plenty. Abundance is a feeling. Abundance surrounds you. Have faith and conviction. What is abundance? Abundance is defined as a state of plenty. When the Abundance card appears, it signifies a feeling of abundance, of appreciation that helps you to the abundance that surrounds you. In turn, this feeling gives rise to an abundance consciousness. You know, people, when you say abundance, people think of money. But abundance could be the state of consciousness we're in. I mean, have you ever noticed that there's some people that really have no money, that have not much, but they're happy as hell? Why? Because they know their self. They're sure of themselves, and they don't need the 3D matrix crap. They're already in the 4 or 5D. They're there. They don't need the material possessions. We still have to survive right now with the material possessions, but the abundance is going to happen. And I've seen in the future where the material money crap is gone. We don't have the material money crap because we never should have, and time should not even exist. So the next card that we got, and what was interesting about this card is the other day we had got a card, I think it was the 6 of Cups, and I started reading the 3 of Cups, and I'm like, oh, I'm reading the 3 of Cups. Well, we got the 3 of Cups. So actually the 3 of Cups wanted to be read, but I think I read a little bit of it, and then I went to the 6 of Cups. I'm thinking it was the 6 of Cups. And the advice is be carefree, enjoy the company of those who make you laugh. And I did read that. And the 3 wanted to be seen, so it came out in the read today. So that was pretty cool. And then we got, let's see, yeah, the 4 of Swords, recovery. And accept that this is how things need to be just now. You will make progress when the time is right. See, we need to go in really, really bad. We need to go within. We need to meditate because we got the healing card. And we got her, I think we got her yesterday. We've been getting her a lot, the Angel of Ocean. And that's a number 14, which is a 5, which is change. You need to work a little magic now to reconcile opposites. Be patient and compassionate, and you will get everything done. Balance, reconciliation, patience, flow, compassion, finances, and angels. And the last card we got, I'm telling you, the tarot have been really, usually the tarot don't pop out as much as the oracle, but the tarot have been really popping out. So they wanted to be seen. And, you know, we got the Fool, new beginnings. Look before you leap, and if you like what you see, dive right in. Risk, innocence, departure, new pathways, discovery, journeys, and starting over. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going through all of this. That's why we have to go through the dark night of the soul. We have to go within. We have to meditate. We have to do the work that's ready for us right now. Because when this earth changes and we go through what we're going to go through, it is going to all change, and we need to be ready for it because we have to be the teachers and the students and everything in between. Now, we have been, if you've watched the past ones, I'm just going to remind everybody, we have some cards that Source told me to keep out because this is our learning right now. So this is one of the cards. I will tell you the cards that I kept out that Source told me to keep out. Those are our lessons, and I'm only going to read the message of those cards. If you want to find out about those cards, I did do a reading about the cards in the beginning. I would read the whole card, the meaning and everything, but Source told me to just focus on the message of these cards. And then, so that's what I'm doing. So the first one is the Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, and Conscious Manifesting. So this is what Source wants us. It's if we're new and we're starting this, okay. This is where Source wants us to start. In the manifesting, in the cosmic ordering, and the divine alchemy. When the Emerald Tablet activation card appears, you are being called to remember the gifts you are carrying from previous lifetimes. Remember Peter Pan. Remember, I keep saying, remember Peter Pan. You've got to remember what he went through because that's what we're going to go through. Even if you don't always understand how to express them, there's a part of you that knows you hold great power within. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation. All that you need for your life to unfold is in a way that is an alignment with your best interest. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and grow, even the unsettling moments. But you are a master alchemist with the capacity to take all that was once challenging and use it to create positive opportunities for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts you send up to Source will contribute to your evolution on Earth. So remember that. All the thoughts that you have, you know how people are praying out loud and this and that? God hears you. You don't have to pray. I mean, if you feel that you want to, do it. Whatever you feel called to do, do it. The next card that I was told to keep out that goes with that card is the Halls of Amenti Initiation. That's secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, and initiations. And we are on a treasure hunt. The treasure hunt is ours, definitely. Okay, I got interrupted. Sorry about that. So we're on the halls of Amenti in initiation. It's the secrets revealed, treasure hunt uncovered, and initiation. And that's what we're on. We're on a treasure hunt. The halls of Amenti are, I'm going to read just the message on it. You're in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening energetically. You are going through an initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel that light is present because you are in the middle of this phase in the moment, but know that it is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, but a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibration can rise. And that's true. I'll tell you, I went through a lot of crying when I went through the dark night of the soul. Releasing all that stuff is hard. It just really is. There's a lot of hard things you have to look at and you have to go through. Now, the next one that I have to read is the Thoth card. that this is how the order came to me. This is how I read them, and this is what it's going to be, because they each have messages that kind of go up the ladder with each other. So the Thoth light codes: light initiation, great teacher, awakening, and divine magic. So basically, this is where we are right now in the Thoth learning. And I don't know why I pulled it out of the book, so I've got to re-find it out of the book. But it was nice that I actually got early on here, because I've been actually getting a late message, and then it takes like an hour or two to download, and then it doesn't get on till later. So I'm early today. So the message is, you are blessed to connect with Thoth. You are going through a powerful set of light initiations at this time, and these are preparing you to lead and teach from a powerful space of love. In order to complete the process, there will be a release of old ideas and limiting stories, but this is necessary for you to connect with the true power within you. Don't be concerned by the intensity of the energies that surround you right now. Facing shadow parts of yourself and your story is essential for connecting with divine magic. An evolving being of lights are there to lead the way. If you have any concerns or fears at this time, know that when fear gets loud, it's because you're on the cusp of something extremely powerful. 100%. I mean, Todd has a way of teaching us what we need to know. And this is where we are right now. Source is leading us to these teachers that we needed a long time ago that we never found. And now it's coming to fruition. So the next card that we need to read is the Holy Grail. This card was left out also. Inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. Because as you see with all these cards that I just read, if you go back and listen to how they walk you through these light codes that we're getting and how we are ascending, you will understand what it's saying. This is the inner discovery. This is what we're going, finding sacredness. You are what you seek, because we're going within. So I'm going to read just the message of this one. Your message: you have been on a great quest, treasure hunt, seeking, searching, discovering. But the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for treasure, but you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within you. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasure. So, in other words, we have to use our voice. We have to think. We have to help people right now. We have to pull out the certain treasures, our God-given treasures, our source treasures. Those are the ones we have to pull out right now, and we need to help people. Now, we also have the staying out, because the Shambhala. The Shambhala is a very important part of this journey. It's also called the Shangri-La. The message to this is the Shambhala initiation is retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. The message is, when things quieten down in your life, know that this isn't a failure, but an opportunity to retreat and recharge in the busyness of the physical world. Our spirit is often playing catch up with our body, to the point that it gets used to being overactive and overworked. When this great master of Shambhala comes to you, they are encouraging you to take time to be away from the outer world and dive into the inner world. If you have been moving full speed ahead, the gateway encourages you to slow down and retreat. Take time to gather your energy, spend time in meditation, and reflect in order to gain a clearer awareness of your current situation. You will uncover many insights and gifts during this period. Realize that there is a master awakening within you. Yeah. That's what this is all leading up to. We are going into the mastery. That is what we are called to do. That is what we are going to do. And that's what we need to do. Now, the other card that I was told to keep out, and this is the last card, the rest of them came out, was the star gathering, because that is what we're doing. We are gathering, star aligned, remembering home and our soul family. The light of the great central sun is shining upon you, activating you to push onward and create. This is a perfect time to move forward with projects, goals, and intuition, aligning your energy with whatever you are ready to create and experience. Focus on what you are ready to grow and where you are ready to expand. As you focus on your goals, you are giving them energetic encouragement to flourish and open like the warm summer sun kiss and ground, encouraging the flowers to grow and bloom, and sunlight has arrived. It is there. It's here in the now. You know, that was really funny because the page flipped and I started reading that message, and that was for the solar light upgrade, and we got that. And that was an accident. I haven't pulled that card out yet. I'm telling you, there is no coincidences on these cards. There is no coincidences on the message that actually accidentally come out. There is no mistakes. So now I'm going to actually read the message of this one, and then I'm going to go back because the other one I have to read the message again. So maybe we need to hear it again. Okay. The stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of yourself and your energy, and now is your time to shine. You are magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is the time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and now you can reap the rewards. It's important for you to show that this plane of existence is your rightful place and not to spend too much time trying to transcend this reality, for you choose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. Yeah, we're shifting. We're stepping into the purpose of being, of helping. And that's where we're going. And yeah, we are meant to be in this time. This is all a learning experience because this is the next card we got. And this is the card that I just read accidentally, the message. The solar light upgrades, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. We need to work on our chakra alignment. When you're doing meditation, align your chakras because we are getting light codes in all of our chakras, in every part of our being. I'm going to read this whole card because this card came out. This is not just the message. This is the whole card. The solar plexus chakra is found just above the belly button in the pit of the stomach. It's the energetic gateway that governs our gut, our instincts, and on an energetic level, our willpower and drive. This space can be described as a glowing sun. Now I know why we got the other card. Okay, interesting. It is a space of warmth that gives us the necessary focus and energy to fulfill our purpose and realize our dreams. When the solar light gateway opens, our solar plexus becomes an infinite well of light. In the pit of our being, this is a source of daily inspiration and ancient wisdom. When we feel our willpower increasing, we are remembering that we have prepared for many incarnations for the opportunity we have today. Yeah, we've been waiting. We're the ones we've been waiting for. Your message, the light of the great, which I just read, but I'm going to read again because I think we need to hear it again. Maybe there's a reason why I read it twice. The light of the great central sun is shining on you, activating you to push onward and create. This is a perfect time to move forward with projects and goals and initiations. Align your energy with whatever you are ready to create and experience. Focus on what you are ready to grow grow, and where you are ready to expand. As you focus on your goals, you are giving them energetic encouragement to flourish and open like the warm summer sun kissing the ground, encouraging the flowers to grow and bloom. The sunlight has arrived. It's here in you now. That's a beautiful card. I don't think we've ever had that card. And the other card that came out was the Order, and I have a hard time saying this word, so I have to kind of they abbreviate it in here. So this is the Order of Melchizedek, embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. We just got the willpower. Now we're getting the mission to not give up. We can't give up. This is our don't give up card. The Melchizedek, whose name means King of Righteousness, is the first high priestess mentioned in the Bible, the one who initiates all great teachers that follow him. He is mentioned in several Dead Sea Scrolls and also in the Kalbist Zahar. He is an ancient gatekeeper of the light. That's interesting. We just got the solar light upgrade, and now we have the gatekeeper of the light. It's interesting how they come out. That's why I read them as they come out. He is an ancient gatekeeper of the light who is dedicated to helping all those walking the spiritual path to take the initiatory steps to align with the light. The best way to describe this great being is as a wizard. When you invoke him, you will feel the presence of a loving and angelic grandfather who wants to guide you to your greatness. The Order of Melchizedek, which was mentioned by Jesus in the New Testament, is a divine order of very high frequency light beings, angels, masters who are working together as an energetic force dedicated to lighting up and outshining all darkness and bringing a greater balance of masculine and feminine energies to the earth. Its members include Jesus Christ, Archangel Michael, Anchia, Faith, and Mother Mary. By connecting with these cosmic beings, we give permission for our energy to be upgraded by light and to light so that we become an even greater vessel of purpose for the world. Wow, we got a card that talked about Archangel Michael yesterday. We have a lot of angels and ancestors around us right now. And the message for this card is you have learned so much and are now recognizing all the greatest lessons you experience and challenges have brought you. The Order of the Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not to give up, even in moments of darkness and fear. There is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know you're not alone. Light is with you and within you, and by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to muster up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges face. These cards are telling us not to give up. These cards are telling us that we have the willpower to succeed. These cards are telling us that we have the light within, and it's telling us how to go about it. Because what's another interesting card that we received was the central sun, and they talked about the central sun, and we've got this card before. It's abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. On the sun, our sun is the center of our solar system. Solar begins with the key being the key word. All the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us connect with our journey and see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect condition for Earth to become abundant with life. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, was Ra. Worldwide, and the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest sky gazers worshipped it because daily it would disappear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and mysteries of night. It was clear that it had governance over life and light. So we learned early on we needed the sun to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm, but on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the sun of the multiverse as a sacred energetic portal that eradicates infinite inspirational light. Our message: the great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energies are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred, more aligned you. This is an exciting time. Central sun energy is magnetic and all powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in a lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Like the sun kissing a perfectly ripe soil, and seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic changes. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself. That's perfectly said. When we help someone else or we do something for someone else, it reflects on us and it comes back. Now, the next card we got, and this is amazing how these cards are lining up. The Halls of Learning. Spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. And that's where we are right now. We are doing great lessons. The Halls of Learning, also sometimes known as the Great Halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. There are a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years, and have been described as a giant, somewhat Gothic university building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are a home to the Akashic records, and it says see page 34, and we've had the Akashic records before, and I didn't pull them out this time, but I will read them. While others have wondered if they are connected to the halls of Amenti, and we did read the halls of Amenti, I can confirm that these are actually two different retreats. Ultimately, this etheric retreat is an ancient mystery school, and it is particularly powerful for those who are opening up their psychic and clairvoyant abilities. If this gateway comes to you often, it brings confirmation that your psychic gifts are strengthening. Also, if the idea of an ancient mystery school is the astral realm seems familiar, there's a good chance that you've been there during dream time and even between incarnations. These great halls are held within the heart of Source and are a projection of the divine mind's infinite intelligence. When we visit them, we are connecting directly with the wisdom of Source. And the message of this card: you are on the path to great learning. Spiritual beings are drawing close to support you. If you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. If you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey, so much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The Halls of Learning Gateway indicates that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. Yeah, they are. And we are going through a major alignment process. There is so much energy coming down right now. You know, when I went on this journey and I conquered this journey to an extent, I'm still on my journey. But when I went through the dark night of the soul and I found myself and I went within, I always told my husband, I know where I'm going. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't fear anything. And I know where I'm going. And he always looks at me like, how do you know? Because once you walk through the dark night of the soul, once you realize where you've come out of and where you're going, uh, yeah, you know where you're going. You have it within. That's why I'm here right now doing cards for you guys, because I took the journey and I made the journey and I learned, and now I'm supposed to teach you guys. And as I'm teaching you guys, I'm learning. So my soul family is coming to me, but I'm learning too, right along with you. You never stop, as we've heard in the cards, you never stop learning. Every message to me is a new learning day. Now I pulled out the Akashic record card, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Yeah, see, that's what it is. If we don't release those old traumas and we keep talking about it and talking about it and reliving it, it's never going to go away. You need to find out why you're hanging on to it so hard. Yes, it was hard. Yes, it was a trauma. Yes, you experienced a lot. And maybe you're helping people with it. But if you're just reliving it to just be hurt about it, it's not helping you any to relive it like that. But if you're reliving it and you're ready to handle it and not be hurt about it, then you're ready to teach it, you're ready to help people with it. But we've got to be careful with that situation, because if we're crying and we're sad and we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, keep reliving and reliving something like that. That's what my mother's doing right now with dementia, and it's not a good thing. Okay, the Akashic Records is aligning with purpose, crossroads, and no wrong path. And right now, I think we are at that alignment with purpose, crossroads. And we're trying to figure out what crossroads to go. But once we go within, there is no wrong path. I completely agree with this. Wait a minute. Okay, so we need to clear the old stories. If we're going over these old stories and they're making us sad, then we need to clear the old stories. Release the past lives, part of that. Akashic is a Sanskrit word that means ether or sky based. And as explained above, the Akashic records are a commendum of the universal events, experiences, and lifetimes held in the spiritual realms. Helena Blavatsky, one of the founders of the Theosophy, described them as indestructible tablets of the astral light. I'm in the astral realm all the time. And you know what? I can remember dreaming last night and I was talking to people. I am constantly, sometimes I am really tired after sleeping. Like within 3 hours, I'm exhausted because I was astral traveling all night. And that takes a lot out of you. We can visit the Akashic records in dreams, visions, and meditations. When we are transported or guided to connect with them, we are being given the opportunity to take an inventory of our life and all the events that have taken place in it to gain information on lifetimes past. When you draw this card, the universe is releasing you from past experiences. These can be soul-based memories, fears from previous lifetimes, or old aspects of this current lifetime that you have moved on from. Now that this is the time to reclaim your freedom and rewrite your story, you can do this by following through on your dreams. Gone are the days of fear-based indecisions. This is the time to rise up and claim your truth. If you are sitting on a dream or are feeling called to move in a particular direction, it's because you have unearthed an important soul lesson. And it is necessary for you to follow that call to clear unwanted energies of the past. As you do so, don't allow yourself to be pulled into expecting the worst possible outcome. Know that this expectation is not your truth, but old energies being released from your energy body. Called in angels to shine their light on it, express fears, energy, and stories that are no longer serving you. It's time to fly high in freedom. Freedom Friday. Okay, we've got one more card, and let me tell you, this one we've never got. This is Hawthorne Light Codes, Light Immersion, Full System Upgrade, Power Recall. This is interesting that after all these cards, this one came out. Hawthorne, also known as Het Haru, which means House of Horus, is an Egyptian cow and solar goddess associated with the sky and fertility. Worship of this energetic figure goes all the way back to the 3rd millennium BCE. Hathor is easily recognized in Egypt art, for she often wears a sun disk on her head and is held in place by 2 horns relating to the cow, sacred symbols of motherhood. She is the divine consort of the hawk-headed deity. Horus allows her to be bridged this world and the cosmic realms and brings in the infinite light of the sun. In this gateway, Hawthorne is the figurehead of an intergalactic race of beings called the Hathors. There's a good chance that this ancient Egyptians were in touch with their divine race, as evidenced by the many Hawthorne pillars at the Temple of Dendra. The Hathors appear as elongated pillars of infinite light, illustrating their capacity to bridge heaven and earth. Their divine mission is to interact light upon the earth, interlink with both the energy and the central sun. See page 52. We had the central sun today. And Venus, they bestow solar light blessings and ignite the energy of unconditional love within. When you receive this light card, know they are ushering in great blessings. That's that unconditional love I was just talking about, where I know where I'm going and I'm releasing those old energies that make you sad. This is your message. This is the light immersion. You are experiencing a full system upgrade. The infinite solar light of the Hathors is surrounding you now. This is a time of expansion and excitement. You're filled with unlimited potential. The gifts that were once in darkness are now being brought into the light. The part of yourself that were once hidden are now being seen. Life is being restored. If you have been experiencing sluggish and tiredness, this is now being washed away. Something ancient has awakened within, and you are remembering why you are here. Welcome home to your light. Wow. That was an amazing reading right there, y'all. And you know what? I did get a few, actually quite a few. I hope this doesn't stop because I only have an hour on this, and then it stops. I got 4 cards on the Soul Helper Oracle, and I am just going to read the messages and the numbers because we have got a few of these, and I'm going to read them as they came in. We got an 11. The time is right. Seize the day and make progress on your soul path. She is dancing. She is on her soul path. She's got the birds around her, beautiful nature around her, and she is on her soul path. Destiny is smiling upon you, and your soul path is free of obstacles, tests, and challenges. Take advantage of this to make some great progress now. Ask yourself what you really want. What will this open road, free of complications and so full of energy and creativity, bring you? What issue is important right now? Focus on it and open yourself to the divine forces and wisdom that will now flow to you. The time has come to address a particular issue. Do not waste it, but instead use the light that this is now within you for this one key mission. Put everything else to one side for a time and focus solely on this project. Become the creator of your life and this world. You will exert a powerful attraction on your entities during this phase. Do not miss out on the opportunity to make new, effortless, loving bonds with people, animals, and spirits of plants, natural beings, and spiritual entities. Go with the flow of destiny vibrations that are so favorable for you right now. Seize this opportunity with an open heart, and your dreams will come true. And we did get the master number. I think that that is a perfect card for what is going on, because this is the next card we got, and this is an important card. It's a number 4. Awaken all of your senses, slow down and become aware of them. And this is what all these cards have been telling us. We need to go within. Slow down and take a more mindful approach to life, or you might miss all of the beautiful things along the way. Be aware of everything around you and give full rein to your senses once more. Smell the flowers, savor the nectar, see the colors, listen to the sounds, and hear all the wonderful songs that tell of love and eternal being. Let your inner sense awaken an eternal, wait a minute. Let your inner senses awaken, your clairvoyance and your extrasensory perception. Your soul is calling for it, and the time is right. Open your third eye now is the time to begin to see, to perceive, and recognize, and to begin intense training of all your senses through exercise and meditation. Everything you see with a physical eye is imbued with a spirit that is ready to touch, support, and guide you. It is in every crystal, every flower, every friend. Feel your heart attuned to your third eye and allow them to guide you towards paths that are filled with light. This card indicates that the time is now favorable in its renaissance for opening your third eye. So take all the recommended helpers with you into this magical time as described in the first section of this book. The number and crystals are especially important. Yeah, I completely agree. I'm going to read the number 4 just because it said that that number is important. This is where you will find your greatest inner wisdom. Interpret this card very positively. It forms part of the resolution for card 2 and will lead to the fulfillment of card 1. Card 4 is a mystery within the cross of insight. Try to attune to it and feel it. It is your divine wisdom, and it will help you to complete the path of potential. And the crystal was the quartz, and the quartz crystal is the most amazing crystal for energy work. And what could be better to get than have the courage to be free on Freedom Friday, knowing that freedom begins with when desire ends. And you know what? We got this card a few days ago. And let me say, when you desire the 3D matrix in the outside world so much, you miss what's within. What does freedom mean to you? Where do you think it lies? Do you think it can be found in money, power, recognition, or enlightenment? Freedom commences where desire ceases. Freedom exists only in the present. You cannot plan for it or save it in a freedom piggy bank to make use of later. Live in the moment and live freely. Freedom is wherever you happen to be. Look around you and seek it out. Invite it in right now into a moment that is full of potential, including the chance of freedom. Be open to it and use that freedom sometimes to behave a little irrational or rashly, and perhaps increasingly often. Every now and then, it will give you the courage to pick yourself up and smile to yourself at the idea of acting responsible without wishing in any way to denigrate or disregard common sense, since freedom is magnanimous and can therefore accept everything with ease. When you are free in your own self, you are at one with your life purpose. You feel bound to nothing and to no one. It is only then that everything will flow through you freely, and that the perfect light of great potential will find its way to you unchallenged. To be free means to love everything without wishing to understand, without asking for meaning or reward. What will you do now? Hear your soul ask softly, what do you desire? And when you have found your answer, be sure to act upon it and learn that freedom can only be found on a path of truth. Yeah, I mean, that is a amazing message. And that is the number 1. And we've been getting the number 1. I'm going to read it again for new people. But the number 1 is your mastery. It tells you that you are a magician priest and that now and then you require solitude, meditation, in order to fully develop the capabilities within you. You need solitude now, in particular, in order to receive your visions from a spiritual teacher clearly and without compromise. Number 1 promises success and a deep bond of the heart. It will teach you to feel the moment of creation within you and to perceive yourself as a spiritual being. Its energy field is the beginning and absolute being, the sum of all possibilities in pure spirit and pure of the subtle world. Sure, it is. And you know what's interesting? I just read number one. Remember number one, because we just got a 10 and that's number one. Everything is about that. And this is feel the power of your blood of your blood and your ancestors. You are not alone. This card keeps coming up for us. So I'm going to read it because we aren't alone. Our ancestors is going, they don't listen. Well, because you're not meditating. You're not going within. They can't hear us. Well, because you're not meditating and going within. Should I say it one more time? I think it's the third. Isn't it the Tesla? You're not meditating and going within. I guess that 3 times and you'll remember it. An old saying describes an unshakable bond when it tells us that blood is thicker than water. You have drawn this card in order to remember your ancestors. They are not merely an unwavering source of strength playing a key part in your destiny, but also a great source of knowledge and wisdom. You are connected to all your ancestors through your blood. Feel it pulsating in your veins. Do not disown them, but instead walk in their footsteps. Honoring and respecting your roots, think about the people in your family who have gone before you. One of them wants to contact and connect with you and guide you. Listen to their advice. It will come from a place of love that is older than our earth. The ranks of your ancestors include priests, priestesses, shamans, healers, holy women, and bearers of true knowledge. Listen out for them. Be attuned to them. Someone is calling your name. Your family tree is strong. It contains all the answers you seek. You are not alone or isolated, but are surrounded by those who have gone before. Try to establish a link with this realm and accept the blessings that come from within. It's sensing what your ancestors wish to teach you. You can also call on them for strength and wisdom. You are not alone. Yeah, you're not. And you know what? That's it for today. Those are all of the messages, and that was a lot of messages. So I have a lot to do today. I wanted to get this done, downloaded, and out to everybody. I love everybody, and I just want everybody to have an amazing life. We should all join together and try to help each other. Remember that. May every step in your journey be magical. I am going to put a link in the show more section for our GoFundMe page. We still need help. We're still having problems with money at this time. So I'm going to put a link, and if you can help, help. If you can't, we completely understand. We love you anyway. Hit the likey lovey button. It brings our soul family together. Today I have 99 subscribers, so we have 99 soul family members that came. We have it's like 99 bottles of beer on the wall, I guess, or 99 bottles of spirits within us, the guides, I don't know. So anyway, what did I forget? Did I forget anything? No, I didn't forget anything. Oh, I know what I forgot. Guess what? Do you know? Just be you.